guys, welcome to No Bites. This is going to be my spoiler review for episode 8 of season 2 of The Last Kingdom. Yes, of course there will be spoilers throughout, so make sure you go and check out the episode first. You have been warned. And of course I will forget certain names and I'll describe them as best I can. So the finale, the final episode of season 2, and it was a pretty damn good episode, to be honest. A good finale, a couple of shockers here and there, good character building. Yeah, overall a good episode. Starts off with them telling Uhtred the amount of money that's needed to basically free his daughter and stop the war, but obviously it's a difficult thing because if you give them that much money it funds them to get loads of armies together and then obviously go against, so you're funding another army that's going to come and kill you, and it's obviously lowering your respect around the kingdom and all this kind of stuff, but you don't want to leave your daughter to die. It's a very difficult position that Uhtred is in, but he agrees to pay it. He also says that if a war comes to it then we will take them down no matter what. Obviously that would be difficult. Eric, obviously we know he's definitely in love with the daughter and he wants to run away with her, and he's starting to have doubts whether it's going to work because obviously people are starting to cotton on and whatnot and whether the plan of getting away is actually going to work. So he gets a letter to one of Uhtred's guys, I can't remember the guy's name, the young dude, and gets him a letter and basically sends it off to Uhtred saying this is the change of plan or whatever, this is the kind of way we're going to do things and see how we go. You've also got a quick scene of loads of commoners and beggars and people that are homeless, all like kind of paying towards this ransom. They all have to pay a certain amount towards it, which is, it kind of sucks really. It's like a big tax to be able to get the daughter back, and that kind of sucks really. You've got Uhtred and Oda as well. They kind of have a disagreement. They argue a bit more because of obviously what Oda's saying and everything. They disagree completely. He basically says, you have no purpose anymore, I'm done with you, away you go, and sends him away. This is obviously not good because Otto ends up deciding to go to war against the brothers anyway, even though Uhtred doesn't want to. He raised his own army from, I think it was Danish land or whatever, and he's talking to Ethelwald as well about getting that together and all this kind of stuff. And then he drunkenly tells Uhtred his plans when he's wasted that night, which is not good. And then the next morning you got Uhtred trying to tell him you need to make sure you don't do anything because it's not going to end well for you. Another thing that happens is the daughter is gone from her chambers, and you see Eric is getting fucking angry. He's like, where is he? Where is she? Then she ends up being put in a cage above the main hall by his own brother, so everyone can see her all the time. And it's really difficult for Eric because he's not able to actually show his full feelings. And then later on, his brother figures everything out. It's like, you've gone too fond of her and that kind of stuff. And as you see, it's starting to build, it's starting to fall apart, and he's eventually coming to his final climax. Oda does exactly what he shouldn't have done. He finds it, he goes and joins up with his army. Then he gets the priestess dude, the guy that fought really well a couple of episodes ago, can't remember his name again, sends him back on foot to tell Uhtred what he's doing. And he's doing it for Uhtred, but even though Uhtred doesn't want it to happen kind of thing, he's doing it for the best of the kingdom. It's his opinion of what the best idea is. So this is what he's going to do, he's going to fight anyway. And obviously the guy goes back and tells Uhtred. Uhtred is pissed off, like seriously pissed off. Yeah, he has to go, and he decides, I have to go and stop Oda. I have to stop him from doing it because he can jeopardise my daughter's life. And this is a difficult position for Oda, for Uhtred, but it's got to be done. And the next thing we got with Eric is he takes a random woman that's been like kind of briefly talking to the daughter while she's in the cage, takes her, goes into the room and hides away, and then he comes back out and says to everyone in the hall, this is my woman now, no one can touch her, blah blah blah. This is kind of it's all a ruse, a kind of a build-up and everything to make his brother trust him again, make other people trust him again, to prove that he's not infatuated by the daughter or doesn't want to be with her. And then at the end you've got that woman up on the stairs again, basically just saying, have faith, it's tonight, to the daughter, to basically say the plan's still on, this is all a plan and everything. So it was a good little ruse. Uhtred and co, they attack the docks because this is the new plan, to attack the docks and basically wait for Eric and the daughter to appear, which obviously doesn't happen because she's locked away in a cage and plans have to change. So after they've killed all these people at the docks and they're waiting, obviously he doesn't appear, so they have to move forward into the place and try and infiltrate, which a couple of his blokes are against, but it's got to be done because they've got to get the daughter back. Eric and Uhtred, they meet up and they say the plan's gone to shit basically. Eric's just explaining to him she's in a cage, we can't get her out, blah blah blah, how do we distract them? Next thing you see, massive fire, they distract him, all the like, Vikings and the other brother run out to see what's going on with the fire and try and stop that. All the while they get into the hall, lock it up on every exit, and basically take the time to try and get her down and get her out of the cage. They also send the woman that Eric pretended to be with on a horse, and they run her off, and they get a few of the Vikings give chase to her, thinking it's the daughter. Really, again, it's good. It splits them up and whatnot, and makes it a little bit more difficult for them. It sends them in different directions. Good idea. Then we get the brother. Again, I keep forgetting the brother's name. I can't remember it. He finds out. He gets into the hall with a few of his men, finds Uhtred and co, and Eric getting down the daughter and getting her out. Obviously, figures completely that Eric's off on his runs with her, and he won't have that. They end up having a massive fight, and Eric dies. I kind of, like, at the start of the episode, I was thinking to myself, there's got to be some big moment here in this finale, and I'm thinking, it's got to be Eric. Eric has to be the one to die here, and it happens. He gets stabbed by his own brother, and then his brothers, they all escape, but the two of them stay there while his brother dies in his Eric dies in his arms, and he stays there. It looks like he's going to die in the fire and everything. He does get pretty badly burnt, but he does reappear later on. As they're escaping as well, also the big hench, like, mustache dude that's like the big muscle man for Uhtred, he ends up dying as well. He ends up like basically taking on all these guys so the rest of them can escape. That sucks, because even though he had no lines really, as far as I remember, he didn't really have any lines, like a couple of lines maybe. He was such a cool character, cool looking character, and it was cool to see that kind of muscle. Of course, the brother's back. He ends up chasing them down, and then Alfred and everybody else get to Odda as well. They end up having like a standoff, and then at the last minute, Uhtred and everybody all appear as well. They're all together and they're having their disagreements and whatnot. And basically, Uhtred has said, "Look, we've got them in disarray. They're all over the place. Their numbers aren't strong. We've killed a few of them. If we all team up together now, we can take them out. We can do this." And basically, the brother appears with the rest of the Vikings, even that fat Viking dude as well. And he just basically says, "I'm ready to die." He sends everybody in, he goes in with them, but the fat dude kind of stays back out of the way, so I reckon he's going to be a big deal in the next season. They all charge forward, and it gives Alfred and everybody else no choice. Shield walls up, massive fight, loads of blood. Uhtred gets hit pretty hard by the horse and almost knocked, like, really badly concussed, and then you've got him kind of seeing everything happen while being concussed, which is a cool kind of way to see everything. Just everything's a blur while you're seeing all your friends and everybody killing other people. Finally, Uhtred versus the brother. They get into a massive fight, but just before he ends up saving, is it Ethelwald, the guy that I hate, I think it's a prick. He's about to die by the brother's hand. I was like, yeah, go on, kill him. Yeah, I want him dead. And then Uhtred happens to save him, which is a bit annoying. And then he gets into a massive fight with the brother, and at the last minute, the person that kills the brother is the daughter. She stabs him from behind in the back and straight through to his chest. Goodbye, brother is dead as well. And then we've kind of just got the wrapping up moment and that kind of stuff. You've got the daughter and Uhtred having these kind of talks about Eric, about what's happened, and that he'll do anything, and Uhtred will do anything forward to help her as he can in the future. He vows that. He promises it will be the case, even though he's reluctant, because it could potentially cause problems with Alfred. And then one of the things that she says is that Eric might have got her pregnant. We don't know for sure, but she's pretty sure that she's pregnant, so obviously she's got to pass that off as the what's-her-face's spawn. So that's going to be a really interesting thing going into season 3, how she's going to deal with this pregnancy and this baby that obviously isn't anybody else's but Eric's. Is going to be interesting to see. Of course, there's still tension with Alfred and Uhtred at the end. There's a bit more mutual respect there, because Uhtred did help out quite a lot, got the daughter back, so that's a big plus point for him. But there's still a little bit of tension there, because they don't believe in everything that the other one believes in. So again, this is the characterization, and these are the two characters that I'm really interested in, because of the way of how different they are, but how they have to be on the same side kind of thing. It's interesting. And we end with Ethelwald giving a knife to Odda in prison, and Odda takes his own life, so he's dead as well. He's basically said he's going to get trialed, and he knows what the outcome of that trial consists of, so he just takes his own life within his prison, and that's the end. And then you see Uhtred riding off, and that's the end of season 2. Overall, guys, the finale, episode 8 of season 2, was a really good finale. I don't think necessarily it was as good as the last season's finale, and overall this season was a good season. I really enjoyed it, but I still don't think it was as good as season 1. It still had its good moments, but it wasn't amazing. But I still enjoyed it. There was still some fun moments to be had, and I'm looking forward to season 3, and I think it's fair to give this whole season 3 stars. So that's what I thought of the finale of The Last Kingdom Season 2. What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments, or send me an email. You can also find me in the various social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, moviepilot.com. Just type in Nerd Bites anywhere, and I'm sure you'll find me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my videos. And of course, keep it nerdy.